and guilt and it's not good. No, that's not I think useful. Let us deeply understand what is the mechanism of guilt. What guilt is saying basically is that you have done something wrong, okay, and therefore I want you to remember. And guilt and it's not good. No, that's not I think useful. Let us deeply understand what is the mechanism of guilt. Chandan, I'm hearing myself. Is that
Yeah, I
okay?
yeah, that's okay now.
Um, so let me try and see that when I feel like this, it is just a reminder for me for not to do or take any action that will cause a repeated consequence like this. So let's dive into practice. Um, so I would like us to prepare ourselves for this meditation. This is an interactive meditation in which I will be asking you some questions and you will be answering them in your mind, okay, as we go. And I don't, well, you be answering in your mind, but I don't want you to use your mind to get these answers. So when I'll ask you a question about something, just find your answer from that part. There is a part of us, think that there is another part inside you that is talking on behalf of guilt. We can call this the guilter. Okay, the guilter is answering you these questions. Don't try to think about the answers. Okay, so that's the first thing. Make sure you're sitting in a safe and a comfortable place. Keep your back straight. If you're sitting on a chair, keep your feet on the floor, flat on the floor. I think if you'd like, you can close your eyes or keep them half open, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's take a few conscious breaths. Become aware of your breath. Just a natural, easy breath. Become aware of your body, expanding and contracting as you breathe in and as you breathe out. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel the air coming in, the air moving out. Just for a minute, be with the rhythm of your breath. Full breath as it comes in and it completely goes out. Once you are fully in the present moment and fully focused on this meditation, try to recall a recent action that made you feel somehow guilty about yourself. Don't go for a major event. Just try and see if there is something of a medium charge, something that is not overwhelming, but you can clearly see that there was a feeling of guilt. Or you might have something going on in this moment in your life that is making you feel guilty, which you have been carrying it from recent past. So we'll try and explore this. And don't try to think about these answers as I ask you these questions. Allow the answer to emerge from within yourself, from that part that is guilty. So just engage with that event. Try and see the guilt aspect of that event. Maybe you could try and see how do you feel right now while you are thinking about that particular situation, or that particular person, the setting that this guilt happened. Be in your body and try and see if you can locate it in your body. Try and see if you can find where this feeling of guilt is in your body. Might be on the forehead, it could be on the throat area, the neck area, or the chest area, maybe somewhere in your arms. Just try and see if you can locate where is this feeling of guilt in your body. And if it is not very evident, that's also is okay, as long as you can have some kind of recognition and a little bit of feeling of it. I have done so and so. I feel so and so about it. Verbalize it in your own words. And if you have find the point where this guilt is, just focus on that for a moment. And now you're going to start to engage with that feeling of guilt. So what I would like you to do first is I would like you to talk to yourself, to talk to this part that is feeling guilty within yourself. Remember, this is not you. This is something within you that is causing a feeling of guilt. And I would like you to ask it if it is okay to ask a few questions and wait for the response. And if you get a yes, with curiosity and with a need to want to understand that particular feeling or emotion, ask it, what does it want? Why is it making you feel guilty? Listen to the response you get. Then ask, by doing so, what it is trying to protect you from, by making you feel guilty, what is it trying to protect you from? Ask your part, what would happen if it didn't make you feel guilty? What is it afraid that would happen if it didn't make you feel guilty? Once you have all your answers, I would like you to think now. You have this part that is feeling guilty within you. What is your feeling about this part now that you have understood it? Now that you have interacted with this part, probably for the first time, what is your feeling towards that guilt? Probably might have also realized by now that all emotion, including guilt, they are already, they are always there, just for one reason. They're trying their best to protect me from something. So, in the case of guilt, they do not want me to be a bad person or to be perceived as bad in society or in my religious circle. They don't want me to be the person who's not liked by others. They want me to be accepted. And the reason for that is that very early in my life, when I felt those feelings of being rejected, when I felt those feeling of not belonging and not fitting in, it felt very bad. And these parts in us, in me, they're just trying to prevent that from happening again. But unintentionally, as they do this, they also drain me somehow. They also make me feel small, not intending to do, but sometimes it just appears in because of the method that they use. It just appears that it is overwhelming. It is pulling me down. But still, you might have felt some kind of compassion about this part within yourself that is making you feel guilty. Because now you understand that it is meaning well, it wants something good for me. Now we'll move on and we'll see if this part will allow us to intervene and try to see if we can put things right for it. I would like you to ask that part within yourself if it allows us to come in and to try and help. And don't try to create an answer, just see what it responds. How does it respond? You can actually visualize that part inside your body. And you're talking to it and you're asking it, is it okay for you to intervene? And if it says no, it's okay. You can just remain in this space of meditation. But if it says yes, then we continue to speak a few words to it. I know you're trying to protect me, but what you're doing is not very helpful. I have suffered enough, and it's time now to forgive myself. The past is the past, and I can feel good about who I am in this moment today. I have learned from my mistakes, and I'm a much better person now than I was before. And using this self compassion, I allow myself to experience any of these emotions, whether it's sadness, guilt, regret, whatever the emotion is. I allow myself to experience, but without being drowned by them. And I can tell them that it's okay. It's okay to feel like this. It is a moment of pain, and it is okay to be with this pain in this moment. And just to affirm also that the world also is going through the same phase. There are so many people, I'm not the only one who's feeling guilty. We do make mistakes, just like others. And there is no reason to be so unforgiving towards ourselves. So now that you have engaged with that part, just check yourself. How do you feel now about that guilt? See and check if that guilt has reduced, maybe very little, or maybe completely gone. Just see how you feel. And I would like you now to take a deep breath in and let go. Another deep breath in and slowly let go and come back to the present moment. And gently, if you have closed your eyes, you can slowly open your eyes. So, this is just an example. It's an half an hour example of what I usually do over a period of 8 weeks. And just to give you a feeling and to give you an understanding of emotions, especially the emotion of guilt, and what is it that you can do yourself. You don't need anybody for this. You can just do yourself. And I'll just summarize, if I'll take 1 extra minute. I'll just summarize what we've done is we have decided not to run away from our emotion. We have decided to engage with our emotion. So we became mindful, we engaged with the emotion, we connected with the emotion, we tried to understand what is it saying to us from their point of view, not from our mind, from their point of view. And then we've listened to it. And when we understand that it is meaning to do something good, then we can accept it and we can feel some kind of compassion towards it. And then we get an opportunity to intervene. So we ask it, can we intervene? And then if we get permission to intervene, then we reprogram and we update that there are other ways that we can go about. Rather than the ways that we've learned from our childhood, there are more effective ways that we can deal with this situation. I don't need to feel guilty. I can change. I can understand. In fact, the research is showing that when I'm compassionate about myself, then I can actually create quicker change in my life. I can, if I've done any mistake, I can come out of it very quickly. But in this way, where I feel shame, guilt, it takes too much time. And in the meantime, it consumes me from that particular emotion. So um, listen to what you feel, engage with it, connect, look at it, see it, talk to it, listen and understand in whichever way you can, and then bring yourself and try to update that part. And then you will see that you're feeling very light about it. And this is where I will end. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much, Chandan, for arranging this. Um, and for your homework, I think just check and see if you can repeat yourself in any kind of emotion. Just try and see if you can repeat this process. I'm sure you'll have the recording. You can go through it once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Arif, for taking us on contemplating about how can we overcome guilt. And as you mentioned, it's always okay to acknowledge first of all and then work on it. So thank you so much, and we look forward to have you again tomorrow morning, same time, 6:30 a.m. And thanks to all the participants for joining us. And if you would like to join us in Hindi, then it is 7:30 p.m. in the evening for meditations. So have a wonderful day and contemplate more on releasing the emotions on guilt. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Oh.
Bye bye.